Hi guys, I hope you're all well. Thank you for joining me today. So today we're going to talk about my 6-month update on my makeup no-buy. See how well I've done so far. I am pretty impressed with myself, to be honest. At this time, I'm pretty impressed, and I feel like another 6 months won't be that hard, because it's always the first 6 months that are difficult, isn't it? So I've got my piece of paper, well, I've got my pad here, and I just want to talk to you about the products that I did buy, because I did buy a couple of products. One, because it was heavily discounted. One of the products was in Superdrug. I've spoke about this before in a haul. It was the Uma and Sharon C foundation. So I think it should have been £15 originally. Superdrug are actually discontinuing it, I think. Let's see if I can find it in my drawer. Yeah, it's here. I'm sure at this point we all know what it looks like, but I wanted to show you what it looks like. So that's what it looks like there. I'm really happy with it. I really do like that foundation, and it was only £5, so I'm glad I bought it. Then the rest are just primers. So let me talk to you about them. So we all know my favourite primer is this, and I saw them in Primark for £2 each, but I'm a little bit, let's just say I'm a little bit disappointed, because I couldn't find the primer for ages, and then I found one initially and it was £15 plus shipping, which made it nearly £20. So they was asking nearly £20 for this, when this is dupe for the Benefit Professional, and I could probably get a mini size for less than £20. So yeah, I wasn't actually going to pay £20 for this primer, but I kept looking around, did a Google search, and one came up. Which one is it? Yeah, this one. This one that doesn't actually have the sticker on. This one came up at £3.79 plus £2 or £2.99 postage and packaging. I think it was £5.79 in total. So what you've got to bear in mind is I paid £5.79 for one, and then all these here only cost me £8, so that's why I'm a little bit disappointed. Anyway, I've got 5 in backup, and I've also got one in my project pan. It's got about a quarter left, I think, but you can never tell because they're so lightweight and they feel empty. They're obviously not empty. It says here you get 20 grams, net weight 0.7 ounces, so you don't get an awful lot for your money. And I feel like if you like, I mean, I can't remember what the Professional feels like on the skin, but this works wonders for under the eye area as well. I always tap some under the eyes, and it kind of like smooths the lines out here. Can I just put some on? I've just put some concealer on, so it might not work as good as normal. I'll use my older one. Let me get it out and show you. I always do this in like Get Ready With Me, so if you've watched any of them, you will have seen me do it already. So this is the one that I'm using at the moment. As you can see, I absolutely love the stuff. It's, in my opinion, it's probably the best pore minimising primer. So that's the consistency of it. And all I'm going to do is put some under the eye area. And it's like filler for the eyes. It's not going to get rid of my lines completely. I'm 46 years old, you know, but it does help. So I feel like Primark are discontinuing it. They put it down to £2. But not so long ago, you put this down to £2.50, so it doesn't necessarily mean it's being discontinued. That's the Vitamin Enriched Moisturising Primer. I've not opened it yet. So that was £2.50 around February time. So I'm hoping they're not going to discontinue it. I'm going into town tomorrow. As I'm filming this, it's Wednesday, and I'm going into the city centre on Thursday. If I can find any more, I'll probably pick 2 more up. I know it's excessive, but it is what it is, guys. It's a favourite, and I would recommend you at least pick one up, you know. I mean, for £2, it would be rude not to, right? So that's all I bought. As far as I can remember in makeup, and this, you've got to remember, this is a makeup no-buy. It's not a hair care no-buy, it's not a skincare no-buy, it's not a clothing no-buy. I know I'm going on a bit, but I have bought things from like hair care, skincare, and a few bits and pieces in clothes. and I've not written them down, but I do know like hair care and skincare what I bought, so I can talk to you about that. So the total I've spent is £18.79. So basically, Sharon C foundation was £5. The Primark primers, the 4 of them, was £8, and then the one from eBay was £5.79. Yeah, not happy about that. That stings. So it says here, bought hair care. So recent hair care that I bought 2 sets of different shampoo and conditioner. I did a haul recently, you'll be able to find that on the channel, but I bought some from TikTok shop, which I'd been wanting to try for the longest time, since I'm kind of embracing the curls now. I've not used it yet. I want to use the ones that are in my shower at the moment. It's by a brand called Antihaul. It's quite hydrating. It's quite a good shampoo and conditioner, considering there was like either £1 or £2 each. I want what I should be using on my hair, and I want to see if I can notice the difference. So there's this brand called Give Me Cosmetics that TikTok are always raving about. They do hair care, skincare, and things like that. So I thought I would buy the bundle of shampoo and conditioner. I didn't get the leave-in conditioner just because I just want to see what the shampoo and conditioner is like first. I'll buy the leave-in conditioner by itself if I need to. And then I bought some other shampoo and conditioner that reminds me of L'Oreal. That's also a hydrating shampoo and conditioner, and I'm sure there was like £1 each. And the by a brand called XHC, which I expel hair care. So I've got that as well. So I've got enough hair care to last me at least a good 6 months, I would say. And we've got skincare. I've not really bought a lot of skincare. The only thing I've got is this, and I got this from TikTok shop, and this was, I think it was £8.79 plus shipping. I think it worked out again about £11.99, but again we're not putting it onto my overall total because it's got nothing to do with that total because it's skincare. I don't know how I feel about it. I've used quite a lot. I would say I've used at least half, but I'm breaking out a lot. I don't know whether that's stress, whether it's polycystic ovary syndrome, or whether it's this. So at the moment, this isn't new. I got this for my birthday. I'm using the L'Oreal Hyaluron Expert. So I use this, I've been using this every day. So it just looks like that. After this one, I want to use the, I don't know if I do actually though, because if that's breaking me out, it's probably the vitamin C in it that's breaking me out. And they do a day cream to match this. And I was just about to say I want to try the day cream. But I need to figure out if it's that that's breaking me out. If it's that that's breaking me out, I'll be really, really upset. Just purely because I wanted to try the glowy version. This is the invisible version. So this one is more like a lotion, where the other one is more, it's got that tint to it. Right, and then products avoided. We need to talk about them, and I'm not talking about over the entire 6 months. If you want to see products I avoided, like I think I've done 2 updates. I think this is my 3rd update. I needed to do a 6-month update. Normally I do them every 2 months. I don't think I'm due one. I can't remember when I last did the update. Anyway, I probably won't do another update for another 2 months after this one, so it'll be the 8-month update. So I want to talk to you now about the products that I've avoided. I think I did speak about this in my previous update. The Natasha Denona My Dream Blush. I really, really liked the look of it. I just thought it looked beautiful. You know, it was small, it was compact. And I just thought to myself, I want that. You know, I'll probably buy it when my no-buy ends. I don't think I'm going to. I feel like I've talked myself out of this completely. I've got a Kiko blush, which is very, very similar in tone. The only thing it doesn't have, do you know how the My Dream blush is ombre and it like has a highlighter on like 2 blushes that darken? My one is just blush, but I do feel like it's more or less similar, and I don't need to be using like the highlight. I can get one of my highlighters out of my drawer. So I've saved myself I don't know how much it is. I think it might have been £17 plus shipping. And then there was that Natasha Denona Hyper Natural face palette that came out, which does look beautiful, by the way. It's got those 2 pink viral blushes in that make it look amazing, that make me want it. And then it's got the bronzer. I'm not too sure about the bronzer, I'm not too sure about the bronzer. The eyeshadows look really, really nice. It looks like you're getting some kind of like shiny ones on, very similar to what I've got now. And I used the Natasha Denona Mini Retro palette, and that's this shade here. So this is one of their shiny ones, and this is one of the shiny ones. This one is crap. Just giving you a heads up on that palette. Right, so I don't feel like I'll be getting the Natasha Denona Hyper Natural Face palette. They're bringing a new eyeshadow palette out as well, that gold palette. When I first saw it, I'm like, oh my god, that's so beautiful. They're bringing a whole collection out, aren't they? I feel like already I've talked myself out of that. I'm still liking the look of the Yucca palette. Still loving the look of that. So if I get any Natasha Denona palette at Christmas, I mean, I am going to treat myself to something at Christmas, because I will have gone a whole year without buying an eyeshadow palette. The last eyeshadow palette I bought was in November. Just like the last any makeup that's come into my collection apart from that foundation and that primer was in November. So I do feel like I can treat myself if I really, really want to. But at the moment, I'm not really craving eyeshadows. I'm not craving anything. Even though I've been looking at things, I can just click out, you know, and just say, no, I'm not getting it. I just think about the money, you know, think about how much money I've spent and where this money could be going, you know. It could be going on better things. It could be going on events. It could be going on like me planning a holiday. It could be going on savings. Why does it have to go on makeup? Just because makeup is one of my passions. It doesn't need to be going there, does it? So the next one I'm struggling with because I really want this one. Colourpop That's Taupe palette. I've seen that they're selling it on eBay. I won't buy it from Colourpop itself because last time, like, the couriers delivered to my address, they delivered it upstairs and posted it through their letterbox. So it was Yodel, the courier, that delivered it, and luckily it was half hanging out because they wrote fragile on it and I was able to get the palette out. So I don't want to do that again. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna, if I buy it, I think I'm just gonna get it from eBay itself. What I want to do is I want to make a palette with Colourpop Going Coconuts and also Colourpop That's Taupe, like take everything out and put it in a magnetic palette. I think that'd look really, really beautiful. So that is something that I'm considering. Not 100% sure. It is a beautiful palette though. So then we've got the Revolution Cherry Baked Powder. I really, really want a pink powder. And there's a lot of pink powders on the market at the moment. W7 do one, Revolution do one. In fact, I might go into not Home Bargains, B&M. They normally do quite a bit of W7 products and they might have the powder. If they don't have it, I might go to a retail partner where I live and they've got a bigger Superdrug on there than the one in the city centre. So, I mean, I don't want to pay for shipping. Like, the powder itself is only £5.99 and I think shipping's £3. So, and I don't want to buy anything else just for the sake of making up the shipping costs. I mean, I guess I could buy a setting spray. Setting sprays always come in handy. I guess I could get this one again, although I didn't really want to get that one again. This is not what comes in this. If I can't get it in the stores, like I said, I really do want to try it. It's meant to be amazing for under the eyes. I either want that one or Elf do a pink one, don't they? But I've not managed to find that in Boots or Superdrug. Like, my Boots and Superdrug in the city centre are just really, really small. Then we've got the Made by Mitchell bronzer pod. So I was on TikTok scrolling like you do. I came across these Made by Mitchell bronzer pods and I think Jane had told me about them, but I'd completely forgotten about it. And then I was talking to Jane, I was trying to find my right colour. I would have bought it, but I just had visions of me getting the wrong one. And then I came home anyway and looked at all my bronzer collection. So I pulled my drawers out. I went into my bronzers, like my single bronzers. There was quite a few glowy ones there, but the glowy ones for me came out of my face palettes. And I'm like, I don't need it. You know, why are you trying to bring something into your collection that you just don't need? So my advice would be, if you're on a no-buy or you want to go on a no-buy, look at what you've got before ordering. Like, that's been my downfall so many times. I've ordered and I'm like, I've already got it. I've already got something similar. A prime example would be this palette here. So this palette here is the Beauty Bay Tropical, and it's a lovely palette, right? It really is lovely. I love the yellows, I love the pinks, I love everything about it. But then my friend Amy sent me a palette by Nomad, and it looks exactly the same. You know, I feel like the only difference is, I think it's the pinks in there, and maybe the bronze. I can't remember. If it wasn't like so far away, I'd get that out as well, but I don't need both palettes, and the Nomad one performed better in my opinion. So that's that. Like, when you purchase, don't have regrets like I do. So the next one, so I went into TK Maxx with my mum a couple of weeks ago, and I came across this Tarte palette, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Tarte. You know, getting really excited about the fact that there was Tarte in TK Maxx, because I've never seen it there before. I really wanted it at the time, and I even said to my mum, do you not want to buy it me for Christmas? And she said, no. She said, you've got enough makeup. And I'm like, okay. I wasn't, you know, I wasn't sulking or anything like that. Left it there, and I was coming back through TK Maxx because I'd just been to the job centre, and I always cut through TK Maxx to go to the job centre. She said, I'll get it, yeah, but you won't have much more money left. She normally gives me about £50 for Christmas and birthday, and that palette was 15, I want to say. So yeah, I looked at it again. I'm like, it's okay, Mum, we'll leave it. So Lisa's got this palette from Banning, Panning and Beyond, and she was telling me, she said it's one of their older palettes. She didn't say if the formula was any good or not. She just said, I can understand why you want it for the blush. Like, the blush and the highlighter is what stood out to me. I could definitely dupe that palette if I really, really wanted to, and I thought that I might. I just don't feel like I am. You know, it's not a current palette. I feel like in future I'm just going to dupe current palettes. Like, I'll try and dupe the Natasha Denona Gold when it comes out. I don't even know if it's called Natasha Denona Gold, that new Natasha Denona one, because they've already brought one out called Natasha Denona Gold, haven't they? And then the last one was a palette that I've wanted for ages, and I saw it in TK Maxx, and it was the Urban Decay Wild West, and I wanted that for a long period of time. But then I looked at it and I said to myself, why are you even contemplating getting this? You don't like pans like this. So this is the Urban Decay Naked Honey. I hate pans like that. Like oblong pans. I just hate them. So I'm like, why are you looking at it? I didn't really like the colour story, even though I thought I did. And I just walked away from it. So in total, I think there was 9 products. No, actually 10. Where? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, there's 8. So there's like another thing I need to talk to you about as well. So I noticed Huda Beauty has done, well, I knew that she'd done her version of the pink powder. I think she was one of the first people, if not the first people, to actually bring it out, wasn't she? And she's done a little mini version, but it's £19. And it's like, £19? Why would I pay £19 if I can get one for £5.99 from Revolution? I mean, isn't pink powder pink powder? I know it says, like on the website, on Boots' website, that it's not a heavy powder, but the one on Revolution doesn't look that heavy either. So yeah, I'm thinking that I'll probably get the Revolution one first, or maybe even the W7 one. All these companies have come out with them. Beauty Crop have one also, so I could get that from the TikTok shop. Anyhow, just wanted to jump on and basically let you know how well I think I've done pretty darn well, considering what my spending habits were before. They have definitely changed dramatically. I've taught myself out of buying so much this year. Like, if I would have had that kind of money on getting everything that I wanted, we're talking hundreds and hundreds of pounds that I've taught myself out of buying. You know, at the end of the no buy, I think I'm gonna like go to each video and basically work out, if I would have had the money and would have bought everything that I wanted, I'll work out how much it would have totaled. I think that would be really, really good. Going forward, like into next year, it's either going to be another no buy like this, or it's going to be a low buy with a budget of like probably £100 for the year. It's never going to be a lot of money that I'm going to be spending because I don't feel like I need it. I feel like, I think this next year is going to kind of make me or break me on YouTube. I've been talking a lot about maybe, you know, leaving YouTube at some point, and I feel like it might be in this next year. So yeah, I have considered leaving YouTube, but I really do enjoy it, especially I have been enjoying the lives, you know, so if you can, I would love to see you over on one of my lives. I just love talking to you guys over there, and I love the fact that I don't have to edit. Not that I'm being lazy, I'm going to have to edit this video obviously, but they get more views, and let's be honest, you know, I am monetized, and it is all about views, because if I get more views, then obviously I'm monetized and I'm going to be able to earn more money to buy stuff to review on the channel for you guys. And I think, like, from now on going forward, when I want to get something, I think I'm going to put a poll up and you can decide what you want to see from me, and I'll go with the majority. This really concludes the video, I think. £18.79 in 6 months. Like, that, to me, like, a year or two ago, I would have spent that, more than that, in a month. You know, so, yeah, I do think I'm doing well. How are you guys going on your no buys? I know quite a few of you are doing them, or low buys. Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like, it really does help get my channel out there, and I massively appreciate it. Share and comment, and if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I would love to welcome you into the little fam, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.